Yes, sir.
Yo. Welcome back to the Mark Our Words podcast, the official podcast of YouTube. What's good with you, Moses?
Man, life is good, man. Life is beautiful, man. I'm starting running more. Me and my girl, we ran a 10K yesterday.
I heard that she just got back, and she just got back and just started running.
Yeah. When did she get back? She got back Friday. Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
So basically, just fresh.
Friday night, Saturday morning. Yeah,
just fresh into the country.
Yeah.
And she just got on the jump. What type of couple are y'all? Are y'all like?
We not that athletic.
Okay, I'm about to say because it make it seem like y'all just be.
But then she's like positive. I'm negative. Foreshadowing. But she would say we athletic.
Okay, but you're like.
I was like, I seen some fit people. It's like going to the gym. It's like people who look at me and be like, "Yo, you big." I'm like, you haven't gone to the gym enough.
Okay. You're like, if
you haven't gone to the gym enough. If you went to the gym enough, you know I'm not that big.
You're like I'm probably like my arms probably look better than yours, but like if anything, I'm pretty much an average looking guy in your opinion.
I seen somebody squat 4 plates. I'm not that big.
I think I squat 3 plates in that video. Or was it 4? I think it was 3. I think it was 3.
You told me 4 once. I never seen 4 ever. But he did tell me 4. He was like,
I think I did. If I told you I squatted 4, I showed you 4.
4 plates is crazy.
4 plates ain't that much, man. That's only like 385. I think
that's
it is.
405.
405. That ain't nothing. That's like
405. This guy.
Nah.
Listen, 405. Can you imagine?
I don't even squat 200 pounds without wraps on my knees.
Man, I mean, look, my goal right now is just to go up 10 pounds every year. I'm not
much.
I'm 30 years. I'm 30 years old. I'm not 20 no more. 20 years old, you could go up 50 pounds every year. 30, you need these.
That's why I said rapper. No, you definitely need your back.
You need that. You need this.
I saw my girl walking around the house limping.
Oh no.
And I said, "What's wrong with you?" She said, "I tweaked my back doing a home workout." I'm like, "That ain't even weights. Like what? Like what's going on?" She limped the whole day.
Oh man.
I was like, "Goodness gracious, we are tired, boy."
Nah, I mean, look, it's one of those things where it's just a different type of training. Like I'm more focused when I'm lifting weights. I'm not trying to lift, go crazy, just going.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, is my abs tight? Okay, cool. Is my legs engaged? My glutes engaged? All right, let's go down. Okay, how did that feel? You think you can do one more? All right, let's try one more.
And this is all going through.
That's all going.
So basically, you ain't going to failure.
No. Shout out to all y'all young boys and y'all old ego heads, but not me. I want to live a very healthy, long life.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nah. How you been, man?
I've been good, man. I'm actually getting over this cold. It sucks being sick, but
you never get sick when you're supposed to get sick.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to get sick in the wintertime. You're always sick like around the spring.
When it's supposed to be fun. Yeah. You're supposed to go outside and stuff like that. It's warm outside. I'm over here, got body aches inside the house or whatever. Excuse me, I got hiccups too.
I'm like, you never get sick around the time people get sick.
I know. My girl told me she should want the AC on. I'm like, but I got body aches. And I needed to be warm. I'm like, yo, man.
Yeah, well,
no, that is a new symptom that I experienced with getting a cold, and I made sure it wasn't COVID because I took a test, and my girl took my temperature the other day. I was like, when I got a cold, I never had body aches, and I just had like a sore throat and like a stuffy nose, but like I had body aches. I was like, yo, this sucks.
I don't think I ever experienced that either.
No, I think the worst you said you ever felt was after you ran that 5K or whatever.
Man, that was. That's why I say I'm not that fit.
You thought that you was about to die,
man,
bro?
I didn't know what was going on. The weird thing is I was dehydrated, so I drank coffee before my run.
Okay.
I forgot, and I drank water when I was there.
But it's too late though.
I was already like, and so I came back. I just felt lightheaded. I felt tired. I went to sleep. I started shaking in the bed. I was like, what's going on?
It was like you hold by like yourself?
No, my girl was with me.
Oh, I'm about to say.
She was just worried. And then she went and filled up a glass of water, maybe like an hour after me just doing this and me sweating. She felt she's like, you're burning up. She wanted to go get a glass of water. She's like, drink this. I was like, I don't think I need that. I'm like, no, you need it. I drank that joint. Maybe 10 minutes later, I felt great again.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
So really, dehydration really can
that
kill
thing
you.
is serious. Like, I didn't feel thirsty. That's the scariest part about it. I didn't feel thirsty.
You don't have no appetite for anything.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Nah, I remember. So I've been working out to motivational music.
Yeah.
Or motivational speeches, which is a new thing. And it was something that kept like repeating, like, you know, hey, you're not done when you said when you until you finish the running across the finish line, or don't give up. This ain't the last. You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
The reason why you here now is because you wasn't good enough.
Wow.
Get good enough. You know, good, those type of motivational speeches.
And you listen to these.
Yeah, I was listening to it, and they helped me. You know, they helped me, even though, you know, and it had me think, like, you know what? A big part of me always improving myself is because I feel like I'm not good enough.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I like being insecure.
Whoa. You like not being good enough.
I like being insecure. Yeah. I like think I'm not good enough.
Okay.
Like it's a balance though. You can't be too on that side. You can't be like, I hate myself. I want to kill my you can't be like that.
Yeah, that's OD. You can't do that.
But I think there needs to be a little of that in you, where it's like, I could be better. Like I'm not great. I could be better. And I think that, in a sense, is the reason why I read so many books. I'm like, I'm not the smartest. Damn, I want to be the smartest. Or, you know, me taking up running. Cause I see people running a 5K in 20 minutes or 15 minutes. I'm like, wow, I only ran that joint in 25. And you saying people could do it in 20? And I almost died off of 25 minutes.
But I don't associate insecure with that though. Like tell me where your insecurity lies. Tell me where your insecurity lies within trying to improve.
What do we define as insecure though?
You want me to look at Webster?
Like, oh yeah, let's do that. Because like in my head, insecurity is like it's saying you're not good enough. Like you, isn't it?
Go ahead.
Like why? Like another thing that people always say is like, don't compare. I like comparing myself.
So in insecure, just going by Oxford dictionary, it says a person who's not confident or assured, uncertain and anxious. I don't think you lack confidence. Do you lack confidence? Because put it like this.
I won't do something unless I'm good at it.
Okay.
Like I would do it, but not at like a competitive. Like I would never challenge you to drums.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do that unless I feel like I'm decent enough.
Okay.
But I might challenge you to a race
because you feel like
but I'm fast, so it's not just you. Like I would
Yeah.
challenge anybody you know. You said I know somebody fast. I challenge him.
Okay.
I'll be like, oh, he's not faster than me. Like I'll challenge him.
Mm-hmm.
But if there was somebody that was faster than me, I'm like, oh, I'm not as fast as I need to be. Guess what I'm doing for the next 3 months?
You're doing sprints. You're doing sprints.
And I think that's a level of insecurity, but I like that about myself.
Okay.
Because it's a level of like, oh, if somebody's better than me, I am going to try to get to as best as I can.
But,
now, there's games that I know I playing drums, I'm just never going to be better than you.
But when I think of insecure, I think of having the ability to, but still not having the confidence to execute that ability. So, for example, if your job is to be an engineer on I'm just gonna say words that I really don't know the meaning to, on the back end or something like that, right? Yeah. You have the ability to, you have the knowledge to, but you don't have the confidence to perform the task. Yeah. I take that very different than someone who performs the task better than you. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So that when I hear insecure, I think of confidence, not so much of the ability to. You may not be faster than somebody. Yeah. That didn't take away the confidence of you trying to race that person as that example. But when I hear of insecure, I think of you actually having the ability to achieve or to reach a point, but you just don't have the confidence to execute. And to me, that's a red flag for me personally.
Okay, that's interesting. I guess how you channel, like, that's you channeling your insecurity in the wrong way. But maybe I'm redefining the definition of insecurity, because to me, it's before you get to that level of like, hey, can you do it or not? It's like it's the reason why you even, for example, you know how people always say like that buff guy is in the gym because he's making up for something that he lacks.
Okay, yeah.
Because he's insecure, or that person is being loud for no reason because he's insecure.
Yeah.
I feel like there's things that I do for no reason, not for no reason, but I channel it in quote unquote healthier ways.
Okay, so maybe you are insecure,
Yeah.
but you're not insecure in the things you're actually doing. So maybe you're insecure about, like, for example, being able to run or racing someone. You may not be insecure about that, but the reason why you're into fitness, I'm just using that example. I promise it's not about you. But somebody may be into fitness because they insecure about how they look.
Yeah.
Dude, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, it's not about the thing that they're doing that's insecure, but it's the thing that's behind the thing. Like, oh, I don't really feel like I look good, so like I do these things to hide
the insecurity.
Exactly.
I think that might be it. Not quite looking good,
but
it's
just other things.
But there was a lack of confidence growing up. Like, I was always a shy kid. I never
Me too.
really talked.
Well, not shy, but I had lack of confidence in something.
Yeah, like I was never the kid to like be the cool kid. I was never popular in middle school or even high school, right? I think there's a lot of things that I've done in my life, and you know, I was thinking about this the other day too.
Okay.
Not to get too deep, but I think there's a lack of like instilling prideness into a kid when their father's not there. I feel like a mother would protect and nourish the child, but a father would instill pride and push that child forward. Like, there's certain things, even if they don't do it technically, it's just the presence of a father. Like, for example, like, I was just thinking, like, ain't nobody ever told me, like, hey, when you walk around, keep your head up. Or when you shake a man's hand, you shake a hand with a firm grip.
Yeah.
Or when you talking to somebody, look that man in the eye. Like, ain't nobody tell me that. My mom, the best thing my mom told me is like, make a great first impression.
Yeah.
I was like, what? But what's a great impression? What does that even look like?
It just
a man would break that down. Like, hey, make sure you always keep your word. As a man, make sure you always come through with things. These are things that I feel like I lacked in my 20s, and I'm seeing like the result of not doing those things. I'm like, oh, I need to fix that.
Okay, no, 100% facts. With me, it's different. Pride, because I grew up in church, you hear pride and you just think, well, there's actually scripture that say God hates pride. So pride is like that thing that's like make you go, oh no, don't ever feel too proud about something.
Yeah.
But question. Have anybody, and I'm not only putting this on mama, putting this on anybody in your family.
Yeah.
Has anybody objectively told you that you're great at something? Like, as in, like, you're this, or like you're great at this.
Yes, but like running. So people used to be like, "Oh, you're fast. You're a fast kid." My mom always said I was smart. Like that was like she was always like, "Yeah, you just are lazy, but you're smart. Like you're smart. You're smart. You're smart." And it wasn't like you could tell when somebody say you're smart because they're trying to empower you, or when they saying you're smart because you're actually smart.
So
and she always said like because I was actually smart.
So she felt like it wasn't like just a pat on the back. She felt like you were genuinely smart.
She's like, why are you like? You're one of the smartest people.
No, and I tell you all the time, you're one of the smartest people I know. But you're like, I've been around smart people,
and that's the insecurity.
Okay,
but guess what?
But
I gotta read The Intelligent Investor, you know, because I don't feel like I'm the smartest.
Why is it perfectly like?
I don't know. I saw on the camera.
You got his face in the thing.
But I'm like, oh, I'm not the smartest person.
But my thing is, how do you feel an insecurity? How do you feel insecure on that when you had someone telling you specifically? Because you gave the example of a parent or whoever may tell you, do this, do that, do that. Someone is telling you, hey, you are smart.
Yeah.
You are smart, but you still may find yourself not feeling that smart. And I can attest to some things because I felt like I was a best drummer or like a great drummer until I didn't get into school for the arts. And then that's when I'm like, oh, there's some holes that I just didn't have.
You know what?
Or probably there's some blind spots that I just didn't see, rather.
I think failure does that.
Okay.
Like, I didn't do well in school.
Okay.
And I think I skated through all of elementary, middle school, high school just off of taking tests.
And you're basically like...
No homework.
Yeah.
No taking notes. No reading textbooks. Taking tests. Now I got to college.
And then you're like, I have to.
And I'm going to class, and there's other kids that are not taking notes.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, we're just the same. But when the test comes back, 2 different grades. So I'm like, oh, no, you're a real genius. I'm like, these kids, but they taking notes. And they going to homework. And so I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not as smart as I thought I was.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. I think we feel some type of way. And I think parents do they just do of like telling you that you're smart and telling you things like that. But college is a big school, man.
Failure.
And you're going to fail in college. Like, or just in anywhere that has a general population and things of that nature. I always think of my man, Bomani Jones. And he was always known as the smart guy. He was always known as the smart guy. His parents knew him as the smart guy. His siblings knew him as the smart guy. Like, he's the baby of the family, but he's like the smart guy. So he went to school, of course, and got his bachelor's and I think master's. I think he was trying to get his PhD, and then he failed out the school. And he was like, it really took a hit on him because, like, both his parents got PhDs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they say, you smarter than us. You know what I mean? And he felt like it was like a big failure, like how, like, I kind of failed y'all. I'm putting words in his mouth, but I kind of failed y'all because how y'all view me as this smart guy. I'm the smart guy, but I'm failing out of school.
Yeah.
In this PhD like level, and his parents, of course, I think that's what parents do a great job. They reassured them. They was like, you're not smart because, like, we didn't tell you were smart after or when you decided to go for this PhD. We knew you were smart. We knew, like, those type of things and those type of levels and those type of classes doesn't define how you think and things of that nature. But I think we all have insecurities. I have insecurities and things of that nature.
Do you think they motivate you to be better, or you think they hold you back from doing what you
both?
be?
Both.
Interesting.
Both. There's there's some insecurities that are stronger than others. Like, I haven't, like, me personally, I don't like smiling because I know I need braces. So, like, with me, I won't, because I sucked my thumb growing up. So I'm like, until I get braces, I'm probably not going to smile.
Interesting.
You get what I'm saying? But that doesn't affect my overall, how I move overall. Because to me, I just compartmentalize it. Like, I just won't smile.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so
it's an easy fix.
Yeah, it's like, I just won't smile until I get my braces.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't really have an insecurity that really define or affect me in multiple areas in that way, to where, like, I cannot compartmentalize. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
like me, I feel like I am smart. I'm like, with me, I don't feel like I feel like I have genius moments. I wouldn't consider myself a genius.
Yeah.
But I don't care how many degrees a person have and things of that nature. I consider myself smart.
Yeah.
And, like, I ain't have parents that told me all the time that like, Chris, you're smart, because they ain't have to. One thing they did tell me, they said, you're lazy.
Yeah.
And that's me and my sister had a conversation about that. I said, man, we are lazy.
Both of y'all?
No. Like, and truth be told, I think people who, and maybe I'm just telling myself to make myself feel good. I think people who have the ability to accomplish great things, their greatest Achilles heel is laziness.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they can just do it.
Yeah.
That they kind of lackadaisical with their gift or lackadaisical with their time and things of that nature. So they just kind of feel like me. I feel like even though I didn't capitalize on time back in the day,
yeah,
I feel like I can make it up. You know what I mean? That could be prideful, or it could just be my confidence. But no, for sure. And maybe because me and my girl was having a conversation about this. maybe like if it continue on in my further adulthood, maybe I will look into like talking to a doctor, because it probably like
It could be ADD or something.
it could be something.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I know people are scared of diagnosis, especially when it comes to black people, because they take the few stories of people getting misdiagnosed and they say like, oh, like I don't want people saying that my baby got ADD because they be misdiagnosing black people.
Kids, yeah.
And I'd be like, I understand that may happen sometimes,
But you're a grown adult.
but ADD is real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just because you have ADD, that doesn't mean that you have to be as heavily medicated as other people.
Yeah.
Cause like I think you said that you don't take medicine for ADD because you like no. Some people know what they have.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, because I have this, I have to create systems. I have to create things outside of like just taking medicine. So if it does continue to where I'm going to my late 40s and I'm like, okay, this laziness is motivated by something else.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can't say I'm depressed because I'm not depressed. I may have to look into like, do I have some type of attention like you know what I'm saying?
I think you talking about how like, well, like, for me, I don't take ADD, but there's something that I had to learn, which was like how to work with it. I think that's kind of how I look at insecurity in general. Is like, how do I work with this thing that I could use this to feel the rest of my,
Okay.
For example, for ADD, right? I know I need a checklist. Like every morning I have a bunch of things that I have to do, because if I don't have that checklist, I'm like, oh yeah, let me go do this. And then while I'm about to go do this, I'm thinking about something else. I was like, oh, let me go do that.
And
then while I'm about to go do that, I start thinking about something else. Oh, let me go, and I get nothing done.
So
it'll be an hour and a half.
So
and I'm on YouTube.
So
like, how'd that get here?
So question, like, do you feel personally? You feel your ADD? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I feel it. I mean,
okay, like
feel it.
And when I say feel it, I mean, do you feel it or do you know it? Like for example, like you know how you just explained how your mind just went left and went right and went up and went down. Do some days you feel it more than others, and some days you don't, because like you said, you have systems that you just follow compared to taking medicine. So I'm saying like,
but the thing is, I feel like in today's world, we're so distracted.
So basically,
but because I have ADD, I know I'm distracted.
Okay.
Like, so for some people would be like for actually I'm not gonna say it, but there was some people in my life that are like, I can't focus. I don't know what the problem is. Me, I'm like, oh, I know I have ADD. I know I can't focus. It's not like I can't focus, or I'll be angry. It's like, no, I have anger. I don't really have anger issues, but if I did, there'd be things that I would actively be doing to prevent myself from getting to that point of real anger, because I know I have anger. So it's the same thing with attention deficit, but it shows up in weird ways. Like, I could be having a conversation with people, and then 5 minutes go by. I'm like, what did this guy just say?
Really?
I'm just like, oh, let me catch him. Let me get some context clues as to what we're talking about.
Yeah,
and it happens often. There's other things like if I don't put something in my phone, I might not know somebody's birthday.
Okay.
Like sometimes there have been days until the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I need to call my sister up. It's her birthday today. Mm-hmm. And I was tell myself in the beginning of the day, like, make sure you call your sister. Make sure you call your sister.
You usually told yourself yesterday.
If I don't put on my phone, like, hey, at 3:00, remind me to call my sister, it might not happen. So it's like weird things like that, But it's one of those things where, because I have this thing, I'm able to fight it head on.
Yeah. And
same thing with insecurity. Same thing with
there's people who get diagnosed as full adults with dyslexia. They've been bad in school. Wow, yeah. They've been bad in school. And
you're like, I can't read.
Yeah, exactly.
But they just think everybody can't read.
Exactly. And they just like, yo, why is the G backwards? Like, why is the 6 upside? Like, you get what I'm saying?
But they don't even know it's backwards.
No.
They just like, this reading thing.
No, so those are the ones that don't raise their hand, that really don't participate, that depends on context clues to try to, like, they know, like, something's off, but why am I getting slower than others? So, like, because of a diagnosis, I'm using you as a muse. I'm not saying using you specifically. can the root of all your insecurities, all of them, even though it can be compartmentalized to small things, to like being strong, being fast, being smart, intelligent investor, all those things, can all of it stem from, oh, because I may have this, I may need a checklist. Like basically, okay, I have a job. My job is to be an engineer on the front end, right? Okay, I know I can do it. I'm smart. Like I can do that. But because I know I have this disorder, I have to make sure I do a checklist. And that disorder or a disorder can kind of take points away from someone who may not have a disorder. So can that be the stem of basically your insecurities, to where you're like, listen here, what it may take one person, or put it like this, what it may take a person to just remember to call their sister to say happy birthday, I have to go the extra mile to remind myself. What it may take someone to remember things and have a conversation and my mind won't wander, like it takes me 2 steps to do that compared to one person. It may just take them just naturally. To where some people may just do things naturally, but for you feel like I may have to put an extra effort in it because my mind may take me left, my mind may take me right if I don't have these checkpoints, these check marks, things like that.
It could for some people, right?
Yeah.
I think ADD, there's enough examples of people doing great things who have it. Like,
yeah,
there's been presidents who had ADD. There's a bunch of CEOs and billionaires who had ADD. There's
and I think,
bunch of world leaders.
And I think the more we hear those stories, the less insecure it becomes for one person. Yeah.
I think for me though, and I think for me that's my thing. Like ADD never seemed annoying, but I'm more grateful for it now than if I didn't have it. I think it's the same thing for like even, I don't know if this episode or the last episode when we was talking about working out. Now I'm 30.
Yeah,
I'm more careful versus like if I was 20 years old, I'm probably like squatting with my toes and not caring about my form. And then probably by the time I hit 30, I might have a messed up back. I might have pulled a bunch of things. I might have been injured 3-4 times. But because I'm 30, I'm not as athletic or as I can't rebound as much as if I was in my 20s. I'm more careful. I think that's the thing. Like with my ADD, I'm more careful not to fall into those pit holes.
Yeah.
Like I'm more careful not to. Like people always ask me at my job, like, "Bro, how you work so fast?" It's like, I know I need to stay focused.
Okay.
I know, like in beginning of my day, I have a more to as simple as make bed. No, I'm serious. I can read out my list right now. Morning prayer, make bed, read Bible, meditate.
Do you have a timestamps on them too?
No, I don't. I don't. Workout, run. I used to, but then I was like, sometimes if I get past 5 minutes, like my shower is from, if I say 25 minutes for showering, it ends up being 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, I just messed up. and
now I can't have oatmeal.
And so exactly, it's like I gotta skip breakfast. I gotta go straight into work. So it's like, so I have this list, but what it does, it gives me I got all this out the way. These things help me get to a better space when I get to work. And versus somebody who's like doesn't have ADD but just wakes up straight out of bed
and they could just
and get out to work, but it takes a little them longer and they're like, I want to go sleep and maybe I should get breakfast. Like I'm able to be like more militant with it, I think. But I think that's with anything, right? I mean, there's people who lost weight and they're in the healthiest part of their life, and they know what it means to be unhealthy versus the person who's eating burgers and but they never gain weight.
Yeah.
And so now they're in their 50s, 60s. Now they're having heart attacks and aneurysm. Like, but it's because they didn't have to be as focused about their focused about their health as somebody who was more focused early on in life. So,
no, man. As long as your insecurities, because my insecurities, if I was to have some, and I'm sure I do. I mean, not I'm sure, I know I do. As long as you try to manage it, I try to manage it. I'm not comparing myself to other people. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm trying. It's easy to be insecure when you're feel like like I know we had Yvette not too long ago. She said she don't feel imposter syndrome. I said, well, golly, you get what I'm saying? And I'm like, imposter syndrome is a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
It don't matter what type of job you got. Okay, I understand if you get imposter syndrome, if you become the president of the United States, like there's that. But I'm talking about like you just got a regular job and you just feel like I shouldn't even have this.
Yeah.
So
someone's gonna find out. I should be fired.
Like, yo, you're a janitor. Like you know what I'm saying? But like, yo, I don't be clean as good as you know what I mean? So it's like as long as you don't have those insecurities, like I really try not to compare. And I tell myself every day I'm great and stuff like that. And it does help when you got somebody living with you who thinks the world of you as well too.
Yeah.
So even if you don't have your own confidence, you can borrow some confidence from people and stuff like that.
Is it really that bad though?
What do you mean?
I love comparing.
No.
I love imposter syndrome. I do. I do. I came into this job thinking I wasn't good enough.
Because I think you're competitive. I think you may not consider yourself as competitive, but I think you're very competitive. And,
okay.
and that is probably fueled by your overall insecurity in certain things. You get what I'm saying?
But I would say it helps because it depends, right? Like I am competitive. I won't even deny that. I think, but you just gotta know what is the cutoff. Like, are you so competitive to the point where now you're lying by your coworkers?
No, okay, that's
weird.
That's brazy.
Are you so competitive that now you're like, oh man, you know, I don't want to help this person out because this person might look better than me? Mm-hmm. That's weird. I'm competitive knowing that, oh, if I could be like, oh, I did 10 more lines of code than I did last week. Like, that's great. Mm-hmm. Look at me. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Or I could be like, oh, that man did 100 lines more than me. Oh, that's a mark?
Okay.
I gotta get to that point.
Yeah,
when I get to that point, I'm like, wait. Oh, no, there's an engineer that do 1,000 lines more than us? Oh, okay, my guy. I'm going to get to that point. And I think that mindset, for me anyways, propels me to be the best person I could be.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I could do that for myself. I'm too lazy.
So, like, you basically say you need a mark to like, basically, you're not self-motivated.
I'm not. I'm not.
I mean, either.
I'm not. Like, I feel like we had a competitive podcaster where we both start off. Like, all the podcasts that started with us all stopped.
Yeah. we just sailing in the wind right now.
If we had another podcaster that started when we started, and I saw them doing big things, I'm like, all right, Chris. But at the same time, I'm shouting them out. I'm like, yo, check these people out. Dope. I'm calling them up. If they're doing so great that we can't compete, I'm like, hey, yo, I want you to mentor me.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, I need to get to where you at.
Yeah.
The same thing, you know, I think that's the thing with me. It's like, yes, I'm competitive. I love comparing myself to other people. I see what my sister's doing. Yeah. I'm like, how is she doing that? How is she getting promoted in 1 year? Hey, yo, I'm trying to get promoted in 1 year, too.
Less than 1 year. It was months. 1 year is really putting 20 on it.
What do you do when you first got in your job? What was the first thing you did? Oh, you talked to all the big wigs? Okay. All right, what else you do? Oh, you make sure that
But that's healthy competition because you're humble enough to show that you are ignorant in a subject of like, okay, I don't know how to do it. You know how to do it.
But isn't that because you always said this, like, I still don't get this, but you always said that sports is just a mirror of life. And everybody who's a big person in sports, it's not like they're trying to be the best of them. Nobody who's really that great is trying to be the best of them. They're trying to be the best. Even people they're not playing against. Yeah. They're trying to be better than the people that used to be the best.
So basically the past.
And so it's always comparative. It's like I think it was maybe it was Tim Duncan. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't.
Is she outside?
All right, y'all.
Listen, we are going to finish this up another time. Part 2, okay? Blessings.